So I want you to show how I made this part of the arc reactor. So I showed you in another video how I bent this fins, which is altogether 10 fins, 5 longer ones and 5 smaller ones. So actually I made a bad discovery. So I showed you I bended some of the shortest ones with some extra metal over here and glued them together. But in my experience that wasn't a good idea because the glue isn't strong enough to hold this, so always they break off and I need to glue them again. So, and actually when I have a look on this fin over here, I think it is still okay and does look good, so you don't really need the inner side. So never mind. So after I was finished bending it, I bought two metal circles. So it's actually oh no, it's not aluminium. I think it's called silver steel, but I'm not quite sure, so I will look it up. So anyways, I printed out a circular which some holes, and so I marked all that holes and drilled all the holes and screwed in I think it's M3, yeah it is M3 screws, and I locked it with some self-locking M3 screws. So yeah, that was quite easy. I made another hole in here to actually fix it with the rest of the arc reactor. I'll show you this in a minute. And yeah, so I made the discovery that actually just one screw isn't enough to, you know, to hold this fin, because it was shaking. So I made this wooden circular and screwed them all together. And actually there was another problem, because the bending wasn't everywhere the same. You know, the fins was bit like up, bit like down. So with this circular, they more or less all came together to, you know, one flat. But actually you can see right here, it is still the wood is bending as well. So you can see it's not flat anymore, but actually you can't see it when it's when it's all together, but you can see it right here, that it is not perfect, but it is alright. So actually you don't see it when you're even close. So the second part of the arc reactor goes inside of these fins. So therefore it is this one, and this goes right on top of it, and now you can see there's another hole, and I'm gonna screw it all together with just one M5. I think it's 100 millimeters screw. So because the inner the inner arc reactor part was still not fixed enough. You know, you can see it is still a bit shaky. So that's why I needed to fix the outer ring with the inner ring. So to do that, I used another M3 times 40 millimeters, 40 millimeters long, and screwed them together. And to keep a safe distance, and or actually at all the rings the same distance, I made this little pipes just from an old plastic pipe. So I put them into here. Come on, like that. And there is a hole in there as well. So like that. And now just fix it, or actually, yeah, just tied it up, and do that with all other 5 screws, and then it is way more stable. So actually that is all you need to know about the outer arc reactor fins. So this is the inner part of the arc reactor. So it's made of an old plastic or paper rubbish bin, and I cut it up the length I needed. So, and then to get more stability, I made this wooden ring from here. So now it is more stable. Like you can see, it's not perfect, but it is what's much better. And so yeah, so then you need to do the inside. So you know, this bin needs to go in here. So for that I firstly made this big hole over here, and made and screwed with 4 screws. Actually, oh no, it's just 3 actually, but never mind. Yeah, just 3 or 4 screws to screw them these 2 parts together. You know, it's not difficult. So, and this is actually more or less the shape of an L. So you can see that the long part and the short part over here. You don't need to use a circle shape. I just did it because I still had this was just a leftover wooden piece, but you can use a straight wooden part as well. You know, it actually, I don't think it would make a difference. So yeah, and to get it even more stable, I glued this part over here as well, so this can lean on it. So, and you know, later on it will sit like this. Oh, come on. So it will be like that. And so yeah, the camera will be inside the door. The door will be here, and the camera will lay on the door. So this one needs to be as thick as your door plate will be. So yeah. So, and right now I need to screw the LEDs to the back of the arc reactor. So this is inside, so you won't see actually the LED, just the indirect light of the LED, hopefully, because they are really bright, and so I decided not to let them see from the outside, just see the indirect light. So I already oh no, I didn't already, but I need to mark the points where I want to screw. Need to drill a hole to screw the LEDs together with the plate. Because my smallest bolts are M3 bolts, I need to enlarge the holes of the LEDs. Therefore, I'm using a 3.5mm driller. Now I drill 2 holes into the metal plate, 1 hole for each LED. Be careful while thread cutting. This 6 mm hole is for the power supply.